Every professional sports league is chock full of busts, gems, and hidden gems that were found in either the draft or outside of the draft. Gems can come from everywhere in the draft, while busts tend to have a connotation with either rounds 1 or 2, depending on the hype surrounding the player. While not supposed to be the best, every now and then, teams find hidden gems later in the draft. The gem aspect could mean they were better than the position they were selected at, but every now and then it turns out to be more than just that. From all pros to all time greats, hidden gems exist everywhere in the NFL scope, and today we will be looking at the top 10 hidden gems. The later the selection, the better hidden gem they were, but of course, their production will be still taken into account. I'm Nico Dwyer, here with the 10th inning, and here are the top 10 hidden gems of all time in NFL history. Starting at number 10, we have Terrell Davis. Drafted in the 6th round of the 1995 draft at 196 overall, Terrell Davis started his career joining the John Elway and Shannon Sharpe Broncos. He added a legitimate threat into the backfield as he ran for 1,117 yards and 7 touchdowns his rookie season, before going for 1,538 yards and 13 touchdowns in his sophomore season in 1996. This won him Offensive Player of the Year, and he became a first-team All-Pro. He only got better, going for 1,750 yards and 15 touchdowns in 1997, finishing second in Offensive Player of the Year and winning a championship. On the championship run, Davis added 581 yards, 8 touchdowns in 4 playoff games, including 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP. 1998 was the best season from Davis, winning MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, rushing for 2,008 yards and 21 touchdowns. Another championship came, and Davis was one of the most decorated backs of all time. Injuries then derailed Davis's remaining career, playing in 17 games over the next 3 seasons. A 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time First-Team All-Pro, 1 MVP, Davis was fundamental to the championship Broncos teams of the late 90s and was the best running back steal of all time, ending with a gold jacket in Canton. At number 9, we have Raymond Berry. Drafted by the Baltimore Colts in the 20th round and 232nd overall in the 1954 draft, Berry was not an instant starter. In fact, he wasn't even supposed to make the team, but he soon became one of the best receivers in the game. Becoming a threat in 1956 with 601 receiving yards, Berry led the league in receiving yards in 3 of the next 4 seasons, 1957, 1959, and 1960. Berry also led the league in receptions in 58, 59, and 1960, then also led the league in touchdowns in 1958 and 1959. Named a first-team All-Pro in 1958, 59, and 1960, Berry was one of the best receivers in the league on one of the best teams. Winning 2 championships in 1958 and 1959, Berry was a large reason in 1958, earning 12 receptions, 178 yards, and 1 touchdown in the game. Berry retired as one of the best receivers the game had seen, a 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time First-Team All-Pro, 2-time champion, and a Hall of Famer. Berry was a great steal for a player not even meant to make the team. At number 8, we go to Richard Dent. Selected in the 8th round and 203rd overall in the 1983 draft, Dent made an immediate impact with the Bears to help make them one of the most feared defenses ever. 3 sacks in his rookie season, Dent then got 17.5 in 1984 before leading the league with 17 in 1985. That season, he made his first and only All-Pro team, while in the playoff run, leading the lead with 5 forced fumbles and 6 sacks in the 1985 playoff run en route to the championship, winning Super Bowl MVP. A consistent 9 or more sack guy, Dent got double-digit sacks in 6 of the next 8 seasons through 1993, with a low of 8.5. Dent won another Super Bowl, this time with the 49ers in 1994. Now a 2-time Super Bowl champion, Dent retired after the 1997 season with 137.5 sacks, good for 9th at the time of retirement and 15th today. A 1-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time champion, and Super Bowl MVP, Dent was a great steal, helping the Bears become one of the greatest defenses of all time, and he has a nice gold jacket to go with that. At number 7, we go to Jason Kelce. Linemen can be found virtually anywhere in the draft, and their transition into the big leagues can be one of the toughest as it's all about grit when they get there. Taken in the 6th round at 191 overall by the Philadelphia Eagles, Kelce had a good rookie season for Philadelphia in 2011 before really turning on in the upcoming seasons. Having strong seasons in 2013 and 2014, earning his first Pro Bowl appearance, 2015 was a decent season before another Pro Bowl appearance in 2016 came. After the 16 season, Kelce went on to be named to 3 straight first-team All-Pro teams and 6 of the next 7. Kelce was easily the top center in the league, and it all culminated with the Super Bowl ring in 2018. Kelce played through 2023. He was a 7-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champion, one of the best centers to ever play the game, and when it's all said and done, he will most likely be in Canton. Going to number 6, we have quarterback Bart Starr. Selected in the 17th round and 200th overall in the 1956 draft, Starr was not meant to be the immediate starting quarterback, but that role was eventually his. Starting in 32 games through his first 5 seasons, the Packers were not good until 1960, when Starr became the full-time starter. Then they became great. Starr led the league in completion percentage in 1962, 1966, 1968, and 1969. From 1961 to 1966, the Packers won at least 8 games every season, with 4 of them reaching double digits, with Starr as their main man. Starr knew how to limit turnovers, which helped the Packers become the best. In 1966, Starr made his only first-team All-Pro and won MVP, while the Packers won their first Super Bowl. 4 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro, 3 championships, and 2 Super Bowls. Starr was the figurehead for the first dynasty in the Super Bowl era, and it all started with that late-round selection, and it ended with a gold jacket in Canton. Going to number 5, there is a tight end in Shannon Sharpe. Taken in the 7th round at number 192 overall in 1990 by the Broncos, Sharpe was a project pick. Not a huge receiving threat through his first 3 seasons, Sharpe broke out in 1993 with 995 yards and 9 touchdowns on 81 receptions. This came along with his first-team All-Pro. His first 1,000-yard season came in 1994, going for 1,010 yards, but it was not until 1996, where he went for 1,062 yards and 10 touchdowns, that he earned another first-team All-Pro. 1998 saw his final first-team All-Pro, and he was now a 2-time champion after winning in 97 and 98. Sharpe then went to Baltimore for 2 seasons in 2000 and 2001, where he added another championship. Sharpe finished his career an 8-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, and a 3-time Super Bowl champion, to go along with being a Hall of Famer. Going to number 4, we have an interesting one, as he is known for stuff not just on the field nowadays, but we have Antonio Brown. Drafted in the 6th round, 195th overall in 2010 by the Steelers, Antonio Brown was taken out of Central Michigan, and he quickly became one of the best in the game. Not playing much in 2010, in 2011, Brown had 1,108 yards, then 787 in 2012. Then, in 2013, Brown took over, having at least 1,250 yards over the next 6 seasons. Leading the lead twice in yards in 2014 and 2017, Brown had 1,698 and 1,533 yards those seasons. He also led the league in receptions during the 2014 and 2015, before leading the league in touchdowns in 2018. Brown's best overall season was 2015, that saw 136 receptions, 1,834 yards, and 10 touchdowns. After 2018, Brown's career quickly faded, but over that stretch, it was hard to name a better receiver. A 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, and Super Bowl champion, Brown may never make the Hall of Fame for personal reasons, but on the field in the 2010s, Brown was one of the best to ever do it. Going to number 3, we have a player that not many people will recognize today, Roosevelt Rosey Brown. The latest player taken on this list is Roosevelt Rosey Brown, selected in the 27th round, 322nd overall in the 1957 draft by the Giants. Making the Pittsburgh Couriers All-American team attending Morgan State, a historically black university, the Giants selected him, and Brown was a mainstay on the line for years to come. Immediately one of the best tackles in the game, Brown became a key component to the 1956 championship-winning team. Setting the tone on the line, opening holes for running backs to break free, 1956 also saw the first season Brown would be named a first-team All-Pro. He would then go on to make it in 4 consecutive seasons through 1959, then again in 1961 and 1962. Retiring after 1965, Brown retired as a 9-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-Pro, 1-time champion, and ended it with a gold jacket. He was one of the best linemen ever in the early days and one of the greatest lineman steals ever. Going to the defensive end at number 2, we have Deacon Jones. Sacks became an official statistic in 1982 after Deacon Jones was done playing, but unofficial records date back to 1960, and Jones was one of the best. Drafted in the 14th round, 186th overall of the 1961 draft, the Los Angeles Rams got a huge steal in the tall lineman. Starting in 1961, Jones had 9.5 sacks in year 1, going to 12 in year 2, before going for 6 in year 3. That was the last time Jones recorded single-digit sacks until 1971. 7 seasons of 12 or more sacks came in that span, with Jones having 6 seasons of 15 or more sacks to go with 3 seasons over 21. Jones was a first-team All-Pro in 5 of those seasons and instantly had a reputation as one of the best linemen and defenders in the game. 1971 saw Jones miss 4 games due to injury, and this turned out to be his final season with the Rams. Playing 3 more total seasons, Jones added 14 sacks to end his career as the unofficial sack leader with 173.5. No defensive end up to that point was feared as much as Jones, and he was one of the best to ever do it. And if it wasn't for this next guy, he would easily be the biggest hidden gem of all time. But I think we all know who the biggest hidden gem is, and that is Tom Brady. What can be said about Brady that hasn't already been mentioned? A 6th-round draft pick, 199 overall, Brady was selected by the Patriots and the rest was history. Filling in for an injured Drew Bledsoe in 2001, Brady filled in and was quarterback of a Super Bowl winning team, starting his journey to be the best. Winning 2 more Super Bowls in 2003 and 2004, it was not until 2007 where the individual started to shine, throwing a then record 50 touchdowns to win his first MVP award. Injured after the great season, Brady came back, won Comeback Player of the Year in 2009, and then won MVP number 2 in 2010, unanimously, the first time in history. His next Super Bowl ring came in 2014, then another one in 2016, leading to the greatest Super Bowl comeback of all time, down 28-3 late in the third quarter. 2017 saw Brady win his third and final MVP. 2018 saw the final Super Bowl with the Patriots for Brady. Then he joined the Buccaneers in 2020. Winning a Super Bowl in his first season in Tampa Bay, Brady now had 7 Super Bowl rings, the most of all time. Retiring after 23 seasons, Brady is the all-time leader in games started with 333, yards with 89,214, touchdowns with 649, fourth-quarter comebacks with 46, game-winning drives with 58. He is a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, a 7-time Super Bowl champion, and Brady is in discussion for the best player of all time, let alone hidden gem. This was a no-brainer decision, having him ranked number 1. Now I know with a list like this, there are many players that I missed, that I forgot, but if I missed someone, feel free to put them down in the comment section.